Hello everybody, I'm Wish, and I have over 1100 videos in my watch later list. So whenever I subscribe to somebody, I add all of their previous videos, or at least all the ones on the subject I subscribe to them for, that interest me, to my watch later list. And usually it's educational stuff like anti-MLMs. I'm really into Illuminati's anti-MLM Mondays. I'm really into Dominic Noble's The Dom Reviews and Lost in Adaptation series. And I follow the Door of Hope Southeast, which is a church in Portland that I attended in 2015 when I was living in Portland. And lately I've also been watching femininity vloggers. The concept of hypergamy intrigues me, and I actually was doing character research a couple years back for a character whose persona was the kind of glow up that is celebrated by these vlogs. And I kind of fell down the rabbit hole, and now I am refollowing and rewatching a bunch of these, like Ziva, Chloe underscore, Shira71, and School of Affluence, I think are the main four that I'm following. I'm also following some just general relationship advice like Renee Slansky and Matt Schaefer. Now, I am all for people doing what makes them happy and what makes them feel fulfilled. I actually really like Renee Slansky's series because it's common sense, but it's common sense in a way that it needs to be said, it needs to be heard. She advocates for authenticity and for getting what you want out of a relationship, but in a healthy manner. And I think that's really important. Now, I say it's common sense. I'm almost 30, so it wasn't really that common sense when I was in my teens and 20s. So I do think that her work is very important, and she's somebody whom I really respect. However, a trend that I've noticed in a lot of relationship advice vlogs is that they don't really encourage authenticity, especially in the hypergamy, I guess, genre, which, I mean, they're probably gonna come after me because I look masculine with my hair put back. I just got out of the shower. I don't have any makeup on. I haven't had makeup on for the past several vlogs. I don't think I put makeup on in most of my vlogs. However, what they do probably does work for them, and that's good. And I'm glad that their husbands and boyfriends support what they're doing. And, for the male relationship vloggers, that their girlfriends and wives support what they're doing. But diminishing your authenticity in the name of reaching a relationship goal is not really something that sits right with me. And I know, like, again, people who are into hypergamy are probably going to look at me and say, oh, well, you're just a masculine woman. Well, yes, I am a masculine woman. Thank you. I inherited my father's facial structure. I have a fairly low-pitched voice. My singing voice, also, I can go into baritone or contralto. But some of these vloggers also advocate against marrying for love, and like they say, oh, well, how he looks shouldn't matter as long as he has money, as long as he can take care of you. But I, again, whatever works for them works for them, but I'm not sure that that's positive advice. I'm not sure that that's a positive role to be, modeling. Now, I am what they would consider a needy masculine woman and a Barbara the Builder type. I was raised by my single father, and I was raised to get an education, find a job, and support myself. My mother, or I'm sorry, not my mother, my father's mother, my grandmother wanted me to marry for money. which she did. I chose not to do that. I'm autistic. I have a hard time faking a personality. I can do it short term for a character study. I'm really bad at doing it long term. And I just wouldn't want to live a life that's a lie. I wouldn't want to have to fake my entire personality. And I'm also very against the idea of decorative women, like the idea that all a woman has to offer are her looks and her ability to make a man feel more masculine. I believe that it's good for women to work if it gives them a sense of purpose. I also believe that it's good for women to stay home if that gives them a sense of purpose. And I believe that, yes, while men may be hardwired to be providers, what a lot of these vlogs overlook is that if a man is a provider, then a woman should be a nurturer, and again, this is a very heteronormative way of thinking, so if you feel excluded by this, it's, you know, it's a whole kind of genre of videos that they're that way, so my response is that way. So that brings up a good point. Like, in relationships with two men, are they both providing for each other? And in relationships with two women, are they both sitting around waiting to be provided for? Like, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And I have yet to come across a femininity or hypergamy vlogger who discusses that, who discusses non-heterosexual relationships or non-hetero romantic relationships. So I enjoy my job. I like to work most of the time. Um, if my husband ever gets back to work, we have a very, very young son right now, so it's a little bit hard to think that far ahead when we're not getting a whole lot of sleep. But it is his goal to go back to work, and it is his goal to go back to the gym. Uh, right now, his field currently is not, it's not essential, I guess. So it would be very difficult for him to find a job in his field, and he's actually a lot better at taking care of the baby. I'm getting used to the baby. Like, he has experience with infants. This is my first experience with an infant, so I'm just kind of getting used to him. And I said before that I went back to work too early. That's true, but part of the reason I did it, besides wanting money, is because it was something I felt I could thrive in. Like, I'm very good at my job sometimes when my brain isn't failing me. Anyway, so I've heard our situation referred to as a role reversal, and there are people who would consider me a masculine woman, Barbara the Builder, clingy, pick me, whatever you want to call it. And then they would also consider my husband a Dusty, just because he's currently staying home and raising our son. However, he is not a feminine man. Uh, he is providing security, which, oh, that's also his field. So he is providing security and stability, and I am nurturing our household. So generally, we're pretty happy. Like, I'm a very emotional person. I know those vlogs say not to be emotional, not to get mad at your man. I do think that some argument can be constructive. The way that I argue isn't always constructive. Sometimes I will react to something before thinking about it. I've been told I'm easily triggered. Unfortunately, I also had to fire my therapist. Um, yeah. Yeah, she triggered me, didn't apologize, didn't really seem to care, so. Mm. But I'm also a very creative person. Like, I have a bunch of side projects, some of which I am hoping to make money on. And that's just what I do. I enjoy being productive. And my husband enjoys being productive as well. And when he goes back to work, I'm always going to work part time. I might scale back to working from home, or we might switch off on our schedules, but that's what works for us. And we're both fairly respectful of each other's hobbies. So if I wanted to start a vlog series, he wouldn't stop me. Well, I mean, I'm already vlogging, but if I wanted to start something like with an actual theme besides, hey, I'm sitting here talking into a camera. Anyway, stay safe, stay healthy. Watch out for what you're consuming. I might do a reaction series to some of these vlogs because, yikes. Again, I don't think that they promote very healthy behavior. I'm not sure if anybody actually does anything like that. But on the other hand, I don't really want to attack anybody or attack anyone's way of life. I just want to point out, certain habits and certain things that people are being told to do are not very healthy. And my goal is not to attack people or their lifestyles. It's just to say that this isn't the best behavior to model. Like, how are you going to be happy if you can't be your full, authentic self? And, you know, all the money in the world is not going to make up for that. And I feel happy, for the most part. I used to have really bad depression. I don't anymore. Sometimes I do kind of feel, more blah than others, but the postpartum depression cleared up really nicely, and having my baby has actually helped me decide what I want to do with my life, where I'm gonna go, moving forward and all that, instead of staying stuck here, pining after, yeah, doing the pick me thing, because that's what I was doing before. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, my husband and I, we were on a break. We were not getting along, and I was pining after someone else older, and that wasn't going very well. And I'm a lot happier now. Like, that's a huge burden that's been lifted off of my shoulders, and I'm healthier. And again, I don't want to tear anybody else down, because I feel like that's definitely the mark of somebody who's unhappy and insecure, is that they have to go, like, they have to do the finger pointing thing to make themselves feel better. And I'm not like that. I don't like the term dusty, because I feel like it devalues men. I don't really like I don't like these terms that are used to kind of categorize and dehumanize men and women. You can think what you want about me, you can think what you want about my husband, about our lifestyle, but we're happy and fulfilled living our lives and being ourselves. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say in this vlog. I guess if you want to watch more stuff, feel free to do that. I have not sorted out a lot of my videos in my past uploads, so, don't do what I do. Don't go through everything and then binge watch my old vlogs, because it's not categorized. You're gonna get bored really quickly, so just watch the new stuff. You can subscribe if you want. If not, I don't really care. This is not a monetized channel. I don't think I'm ever gonna monetize this or my other channel, but you know, um, it's nice talking to y'all, I guess. Comment if you want to. I've been getting actually some very lovely comments from people. So, yep. Cheers.